Smallish fields. The favourite completes the line. Ready to be dispatched. Light flashing. Racing, Mickey Moto Gift sprung the gates quickly over Speeding Comet. They head Hoboken, Shady Grey. Young John gets back there soon after the start. The tail ender will be the fave, Enticing Star, but that's fully where we expected her to be in running as Mickey Moto Gift holds the lead. And going along by the 800, Mickey Moto Gift showed the way by 3/4 on Speeding Comet. Cap right up there at the leaders' quarters. Hoboken with the neck arch down on the inside in the orange jacket being shaded. Then on the outside by the aptly named Shady Grey. Then came Young John, and down on the inside Enticing Star in a small field, just jammed up near in on the rails, coming up to the home corner. 400 to travel, Mickey Moto Gift now being eyeballed by Speeding Comet. Shortly afterwards it had drawn level here as they reach the corner. In behind them Hoboken, he's now out into the clear with Enticing Star, and really having to respond here under vigour at the 150. Speeding Comet's in front, Enticing Star taking a day. It's getting there though now. It's got the upper hand. It draws level, Enticing Star, and Pikey gets one back on Bundy Stone. Enticing Star beats Speeding Comet. They gapped Hoboken, and then Shady Grey or Young John for fourth, and Mickey Moto Gift fading out of it to finish near the rear. Shades of last Saturday there at the 150-metre mark as young Taylor Stone kicked clear, and Enticing Star had the job of running it down. It was at the 50 though that the hot pot, the long odds on favourite, got square, with Speeding Comet finishing off a little too well, but almost haunting memories for Pike last week when beaten on a couple of long odds on favourites there when Stone beat him in 2 of those races. And she had him certainly stretching there, but Enticing Star's class getting it through to make it 4 out of 4. A Testa Rossa mare from Favourite Star for Peters Investments. Adam Durant, William Pike, $1.24 at the jump in 103.85 on this warm afternoon. Beat Speeding Comet, did the work, camped outside the speed that had been established by Mickey Moto Gift. Hoboken's back there a distant third. There is some interest in fourth. So numbers still to come to hand. Enticing Star, unblemished record, 4 for 4. Pike there had to draw the shillelagh there and really get her to find the line. Once she got squared, you knew the race was over. She had all the momentum, pricked her ears up. Speeding Comet battled on well. A Manhattan Rain, Brazen Hussy gelding for David Smith, trained by Simon Miller. Taylor Stone, the rider. Hoboken, third by Statue of Liberty from Spectrum's Image. Neville Parnham and Stephen Parnham, and Shady Grey, number 2, ran fourth. 7, 3, 4 and 2 placings. They're official after the running of the Commit to Change handicap. Race 2, the Rotary Club of Perth handicap at 4 after 1. The next for the fillies and mares over 1,400 metres, and it is a field of 6. 3/4 by 3 1/4. The official margins there after the running of the opening event. They're hurtling on their way back there. We won't get to Britt on this occasion. Let's go down to Gareth though. He's in the yard. He's with the managing part owner Bob Peters after the victory of Enticing Star.
Yeah, Enticing Star, Darren, she makes it 4 on the trot, this daughter of Testa Rossa. Bob, a few nervous moments, but she showed her class in the last 100 metres especially.
Yes, it's nice to see her coming home. The race was obviously too short for her, but we've got a couple of other horses that we're trying to sort of separate them, and so she had to go this way.
She is exciting. Her time suggests that, and the way that she does her work suggests that. What's her best trip in your eyes?
Oh, I think 1,400, 1,600 around there, but maybe she'll go further. It's you know, when you work out that family, they can get over ground.
Does she excite you, Bob?
Yes, she's coming along well.
Where do we see her next, and how many runs this preparation?
I'll just have to have a look at the calendar. I'd hope that there's a race for her in a fortnight, and then possibly one more, and that would be it.
And do you have bigger aspirations, of course? I know it's a long way away, but the summer's not far away. The year goes pretty quick these days, Bob, but she suggests that she'll be right up to some of our bigger races.
Oh, I think she might get, you know, to the mares races this season, and hopefully she could be around later, but because she's been held back a little bit immature and that sort of thing, and so it could, the big ones would probably be a bit quick for her, I think, coming too soon.
But out of the big ones, eventually, what would be her one? Would it be the Railway, the Winterbottom?
Oh, it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be this year, but I would think if she's good enough and she gets through this year and is around next year, it might be the Railway, I think.
Always a pleasure catching up with you, Bob. We'll catch up with you throughout the day, no doubt about that, but well done.
Thank you.
There's Enticing Star's owner and breeder, Bob Peters. We might have a quick chat to Willie Pike to see what he had to say about this star mare that remains unbeaten. Willie, what did you think of her effort today?
It was a nice effort. As you can see, her major asset is the sectional that she can run. It's a crazy sectional, especially on a tired Ascot track.
She gives you a wonderful feel. What's her best trip in your eyes? Obviously, Bob thinks that maybe this trip's a little bit too short, but is she a 1,400 to 1,600 metre horse later down the track?
Yeah, I think she definitely will get further, but how much further I'm not too sure. If she can retain a kick like this, then she's probably too brilliant for much more than a mile. I'd probably say around the 14-mile mark. But if she dowers out like some of them can, then she may get further. But with a kick like that, I don't think there'll be any need to go past 14 or a mile.
And how special is she?
So far pretty good, but we've got to face some major challenges yet.
That indeed. Well done, Willie.
Thank you.
There's our champ, Willie Pike. He kicks off proceedings with a win. As expected aboard Enticing Star. She is really good, and it's great to see her remain unbeaten. So I'll tell you what, Speeding Comment is knocking on the door, and a victory isn't far away. He's just run into a pretty smart one his last couple of starts, poor old Speeding Comment, but he will be winning a race shortly, you would imagine. Hoboken at third, Shady Grey was back in fourth. And the time there, 103.9. That wraps up that first race. I'll tell you what, this second race is a beauty. A couple of fillies doing battle. Pearls and Prawns takes on Necklet. Looking forward to that clash in about 25 minutes' time.